Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
Ryan, what's your thoughts going into tomorrow night's game away to Braehead Clan?
Up until this point, I have to say they've had our number. They've played very well against us, and I don't know, I don't think that we've performed to our best against them, but I think that we definitely have room for improvement, kind of tightening up on all aspects. You caught me at a good point in time throughout the week. We had some good training sessions and kind of on the up and up. If we did this interview immediately after the game, obviously I'd be pretty disappointed. But you know what? You have to have a short memory in this game, and it's interesting. It's a tricky situation. You have to have a short memory, like I said, but you also have to learn from your mistakes. And to find that nice little balance is where you're going to get your confidence from. And if we just lose and we skate around with our tail between our legs, then we're never going to get on the winning end again. And I want to reiterate again, we are still 6th in the league. We're 1 point behind Braehead. We are 2 points, I believe, out of 4th place. We have had successful moments this season. What we need to do is balance that out and really kind of mellow out the highs and the lows and really kind of start marching forward to an end result this season. And what I mean by an end result is by the end of the season, we want to be at the top of that table. And you know what? Teams will have their highs. Braehead's had their lows in this season specifically. And you see, I believe they're sitting at the top of our table within our division. So it's a long season. We have 30 games left. We are looking to be a strong force by the end of it, and we have to learn from our mistakes. Otherwise, we will continue to flounder. But this is crunch time right now, and trying to get our act in gear, and hopefully we'll bring something to the table that we're proud of tomorrow night.
And going into tomorrow night, as you mentioned, just a point behind Braehead. So if Fife were to win, they'd be a point ahead of Braehead with 2 games in hand. That'd be a great position. So a lot riding on tomorrow.
Yeah, you kind of, as a player, you kind of view Christmas as the midway point in the season, and that would, going into the 25th of December, we would be able to feel comfortable about our position. We're looking forward to putting together a full 60 minutes tomorrow night and really coming out of the gates swinging and being prepared to be involved in an ugly battle, a hard fought battle. But we want to come out on top, and we got to score goals to do that.
The team's only had 3 wins on the road this season from the 14 matches. What did you learn from the games last season, especially in Braehead on the road, that made Fife successful?
Braehead's a spectacular arena to play in, specifically when we bring our crowd, bring our energy from here. It's a fun atmosphere to play in. Hockey's a great sport, a great game when you have, you can treat home games and away games. You have to treat them differently. Whether you want to kind of get out there, if you're playing on the road, you want to get out there and really celebrate within your group, whether or not you have away fans, your fans visiting the away barns. But you need to kind of get within your group. Whereas when you play at home, you can feed off the home energy and really the energy of the crowd and kind of how everything's going. Kind of you can feed off of them, but getting into Braehead is they play well on their home ice, but we've shown it this season, that we can win there, and we're looking to get those 2 points.
Just how, in your mind as a player, how big a rival are Braehead Clan to the Fife Flyers and to yourself?
Rivalry games are interesting. You don't want to get too high or too low, and this kind of sounds like a common theme here. But you can't put too much pressure on one particular game, one particular match. Otherwise, you're going to be squeezing your stick too tight, and maybe you're not going to score that goal that you have an open net on. It definitely can snowball if you don't play the game how it should be played, but you have to stay calm, but you have to find that intensity and play the game with integrity. Otherwise, you're not going to come out successful. So you can't put too much pressure on a rivalry game as a player. But it's tough not to get revved up. You hear kind of the buzz around town, and obviously the fans like to go back and forth, and for both clubs, and it's a fun rivalry to be a part of, but you can't get too wrapped up in it as a player.
On a personal level, what's your take on your season so far? You're the second top scorer in the team behind Matt Siska. How do you feel you're playing just now?
To me, I want to win. And right now we're on a 6-game skid, and I'm not happy with that. And if we're not winning, I don't feel like I'm doing my job. I'll answer that question come the end of the season when we start stringing some wins together.
And finally, there's lots of big games coming up just over the next few days. Away to Braehead, home to Edinburgh, away to Dundee, away to Edinburgh, and then at home to Braehead Clan at the start of the new year. Just how great would it be to try and go on a run during these games?
Well, this part of the season is crucial, specifically within our conference. Those are conference games. They are crucial games to our success, not only within our conference but for the remainder of the season. It's much easier to be on the top of the table and continue your stand up there rather than trying to catch teams that are above you. We know we want to put ourselves in a position where we feel comfortable with how we've performed throughout the season, and this is time to do that.
The Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.